All right, let's get started. Elon Musk visits Auschwitz concentration camp after anti-Semitism claims. Why did he go there? I don't know. Maybe he was taking notes. Who knows? Okay, he went there with, of course, Ben Shabibo. You know, two fascists at like one of the most important fascist monuments. Okay, a testament to like how devastating fascism can be. Interesting. Interesting that they went there. What were they doing there? I do not know. Okay. Like, this guy is a fucking Nazi himself, basically. Okay. I mean, he is like straight up a white nationalist. And this guy, sure, not anti Semitic, but definitely, unless you're talking about bad Jews, he always does that. But also, you know, hires fascists, is like responsible for a metric ton of like fascist rhetoric. But hey, guys, it's cool. They're pro-Israel, and also, you know, they're at the Auschwitz concentration camp. So, you know, don't worry. Let's completely overlook like the things that they say and do on a daily basis. Now, this person said place of alleged genocide, and I assume they're not actually, as a 38-month subscriber, doing Holocaust revisionism, but I think they're referencing the Stop Anti-Zionism tweet. But you can't get spicy with that. Yes, I know that's what you're trying to say. But you can't be saying shit like that because I don't know what the context is, chatter. Or, I mean, I do in this circumstance, but other people don't know. So be careful with what you say. You might get clapped. Now, let me tell you. The person is referencing this tweet, okay? I posted about it earlier this morning. There's an account called Stop Zionist Hate, okay? It was created basically as the opposite of like, what was it? Stop Anti-Semitic Hate or whatever, like the other account that is run by like a psycho. I didn't pay too much attention to this, but a lot of people who are more knowledgeable on the issue were saying that they thought it was strange that they weren't following any Palestinians initially. They were only following like Jackson Hinkle and all these other people, right? And I saw this tweet this morning and I was like, get the fuck out of here. All right. Stop Zionist Hate posts Elon Musk and Ben Shapiro in Auschwitz, a town that allegedly witnessed genocide in the 20th century. Allegedly? Fuck you mean allegedly? That's it. That's all it takes for me. I see that. And I'm like, nope. Nope. I know what's going on. Yeah, hold on 1 second. 1 second, everybody. That's right. My Geiger counter's going off. Uh-oh. Hitler particle emission confirmed. Okay, that's it. It's radioactive. I see that. I'm like, nope. That's like, that's a lot of Röntgens, man. That's not like, you know, not good, not bad. Okay, that's too many Röntgens. Okay, I don't know how many Röntgen it is, but it's too many. I'm playing Stalker and you just fucked me up with that? Yeah, audio perverts, you are now dead. Anyway, look. All I'm saying is this is ridiculous. Okay? Bro said allegedly to the Holocaust, there is no faster way to prove you care more about hating Jews instead of protecting Palestinians than doing shit like this. Also, fuck Ben Shapiro and Elon. Their contribution to modern fascism is notable. So, you know, that's crazy. Like, I will probably never look at this account the same ever again. Okay. I hadn't paid close attention to it at all. A lot of people had personally said that what they were interested in is like just, you know, clout or whatever. And the issue is like this space is just occupied by a lot of motherfuckers who are so grifty. Okay? Like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It just sucks that like so many people that pop off in like the supposedly like pro-Palestinian space, like there's a lot of motherfuckers out there who are just trying to get the bag. And I don't know how to deal with it, because it's like, on the one hand, like it's weird because the people are if they're posting like normal things, right? If they're posting normal things that are specifically related to Israel, okay, and they're only talking about like I don't know what Israel's doing in Gaza, if they're like accurately depicting information, that's one thing, right? But if they're openly anti-Semitic and they're also like constantly the only accounts that you see that's posting about Israel is like a psyop, okay? It's a psyop. Like, what are we doing? It's like a perfect demonstration that, you know, a lot of Zionists like to fucking point to, right? To say, look, these guys don't care about Israel. They only care about Israel because it's Jews and they're anti-Semitic. And to me, I feel like it's disgusting. It's gross to be anti-Semitic to begin with. But then beyond that, it's like, it's both gross on its own because you're a fucking bigot, okay? And then also you're doubly gross because you're undermining the values that you supposedly espouse by, you know, working extra hard to specifically use an active genocide to fucking talk about a secondary agenda of hating Jews. Like, what the fuck? You know? This shit sucks. Like, you can't say allegedly to the Holocaust and then simultaneously, you can't say allegedly to the Holocaust and then simultaneously fucking turn around and be like, but here's the real genocide in Gaza. People now automatically, normal people are going to look at you and go, oh, you're a fucking clown. Like, you don't give a shit. And it's really fucked up. Anyway. Roman statues PFP accounts that a year ago were openly posting about the demise of the white race, and after October 7 became the most anti-Zionist out there. Yeah. It's crazy. Here's their apology tweet, apparently. Our point in using the word allegedly was to show the double standards when it comes to discussing atrocities. We don't deny the atrocities of World War II. Zionists and the mainstream media use the word allegedly when reporting on Palestinians being murdered, yet they don't get labeled as anti-Palestinian atrocity deniers. Dude, what the fuck? This is not even a good ass. No, dude, that's crazy. Hey, I was just pretending to be a Nazi is so stupid to show the double standard of like how the media are being Nazis. Oh, come on. Come on. Crimes of World War II, not the Holocaust. Like openly state that the Holocaust happened. Okay? It did. You're fucking insane. Listen. Here's how it works. Okay? Here's how it works. There's a very simple telltale sign. There is no easier way to fucking identify that you are dealing with potentially a fascist other than especially if we're talking about the Western world, right? Like, especially the easiest way to, log somebody or clock somebody for Hitler particles is when they just like start questioning the Holocaust. It's like so profoundly well documented. Okay. It's one of those things where it's like you're climbing a mountain, brother, to get there. And that mountain, that is a hurdle that you must overcome. And that hurdle, you're not climbing that mountain without a shit ton of intensity and real belief that it must not have happened. Okay. Incredibly well documented. There are entire fields dedicated to covering it extensively. Like, it's crazy. It's a matter of historic record. Okay. We're not talking like the atrocities that Genghis Khan dealt with. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane. It's not that far. It's not that far off in our history. It's like it happened relatively, it happened relatively recently. You know what I mean? Nazis are split up into two camps. Some hate Muslims more, so they use Israel as the excuse, and the other ones are the OG Nazis pretending to be down for the Palestinian cause. Is crazy. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Yeah, it's like, dude. Denying the Holocaust is like denying that the fucking water is wet. It is so, like, you can physically see the remnants of it. It's a matter of historic record. It is profoundly well documented. It's just a wild thing. It's just a wild thing to do in general. Okay? So, that's crazy. Water literally isn't wet. Okay, shut up. Okay, I should have used a different example. Oh my God. Water makes you wet. Oh my God. I meant if you jump in the water, you will get wet. Okay? Is that better? You guys are the worst. This is my nightmare. Okay? My worst enemies are in here and I'm stuck with them. Okay? Typical Hassan spreading misinformation. Oh, got me again. I'm doing the damn thing. So yeah. Do you think Kanye is humiliating his wife the way he parades her around pretty much naked in public? I low-key do think that. It is a suspicion that I have. I don't want to like go super hard on it, but I do think that he found a clone of his ex-wife and is like ritualistically humiliating her as a substitute for humiliating his ex-wife. It feels like it. I don't think he's like forcing her. It's just very weird. It's very weird. It just smells weird to me. That's it. It smells weird to me. You know what I mean? But I don't want to like get too far into it. I don't know why we're talking about Kanye West. Anyway, whatever. It's just this initiation for her to join the Illuminati. Yeah. She's a lawyer. She definitely has a contract for his humiliation to get the bag. I mean, who knows? But yeah, I think like as I was saying, this kind of stuff is completely unacceptable. It's so funny though, because like the quote tweets of this are either like the quote tweets on this tweet have been like, wow, they even lost Hasan. Like as though I have any as though I'm like an anti-Semite. You know what I mean? Like I'm an anti-Semite myself, but this is too much for me. Like that's the attitude that I've seen from like so many accounts with the Israeli flag. And it's wild. I did not even know that they knew I existed. I did not realize that I was like openly an enemy of dudes with the Israeli flag in their bio accounts. Okay. It is pretty funny to think that like I'm an anti-Semitic person, but also simultaneously, even this is like too much anti-Semitism for me. You know what I mean? but this was pretty funny. Disregarding the Holocaust and genocides is what your Turkish brand built on, dog. And it's just a dude stepping on cockroaches. It's like, bro, it's so funny. Like, this dude is defending Israel, okay? But then also simultaneously yelling at me about like potential anti-Semitism that he thinks I'm doing, while simultaneously calling me a fucking roach. Anyway, there was people like that, and then there were people straight up just being anti-Semitic as well. Okay. Like dudes being like, oh, mathematically, it doesn't make sense how many Jews Hitler killed. Like classic, like Holocaust revisionism nonsense. It's just Hitler particles everywhere, dude. It is, whoo, sheesh. Hitler particles left and right. Why is you being Turkish mentioned all the time nowadays? It wasn't the case before. It's like they discovered it last week and it's an automatic L for them. My friend, I think you know why they keep talking about how Turkish I am. I mean, come on. Like, me being Turkish has absolutely nothing to do with my commentary. Unless I'm, I guess, talking about Turkey, so I have, like, personal experiences in the matter. But, like, I guess it shapes my worldview a little bit, but like overall, it's just something you say if you can't actually like address the points. But because it's so normalized, like that kind of commentary is so profoundly normalized in the space online, especially because it's like tangentially, you know, Islamophobic. So like that is the most normalized kind of hatred, right? It kind of goes unnoticed. Like people see that as like a valid retort. Like people will go, oh yeah, he called him out. He's right. He is a Turkish Muslim fundamentalist Islamist who loves like Muslim terror. Muslim terror is what he loves. He loves Islamic terror and Islamic dictatorships, clearly, because he is from one. Because he's a defender of an Islamic, mullah-backed those YouTube commentary chuds are out of context? What do you mean? Anyway, let's talk about two fascists going to Auschwitz.
Birkenau was divided into smaller sectors, so I mentioned the story of a... Thank you very much for accepting our invitation.
This is like, by the way, I gotta mention something. There is nothing grosser. I'll put... Dude, I will put my entire chest on this, okay? Look, I'm not Jewish, as you guys know, okay? I am Muslim. I'm a Turkish guy, culturally Muslim, not exactly someone who practices Islam. But having said that, okay, as a person who despises fascism and wants to eradicate it, okay, there is nothing grosser to me, at least, and I suspect my friends from every different background will agree with this, that are also anti-fascist. There's nothing grosser than having two dudes, okay, who are unbelievably in support of virtually every kind of fascist movement, okay, going to a fucking concentration camp to do a media op to be like, look at us. Guys, like, you should not be anywhere near the Holocaust concentration camps. Like, you should not be able to use that as a way to do positive PR for yourself. It is wild. In my opinion, this act, especially because the the groups that are facilitating this are doing it in a deliberate way to like whitewash the anti-Semitism accusations launched towards X, which is a platform riddled to the fucking brim with Nazis, right? Like the fact that you would be a Jewish organization that facilitated this is insane, okay? It's crazy. It's crazy. What are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? You are just weaponizing the memory of the Holocaust to launder the reputation of a dude whose platform is just filled to the fucking brim with Nazis, okay? To the goddamn brim. That's nuts. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Anyway, like, to me, I think this is worse than when, like, who was the basketball player who went to the fucking Holocaust memorial and like took a selfie? Like, I think going to the Holocaust memorial and taking like a fucking sexy selfie is disrespectful. This is more disrespectful. Yeah, it was Danny Green, right? Like, straight up. I think allowing straight fucking fascists to launder their reputation at the concentration camp, okay, after correct accusations that like they're both either directly hiring anti-Semitic people or allowing anti-Semitism to thrive, like to be able to use the memory of the Holocaust to do PR for this kind of thing is wild to me. Okay? Is wild. And yes, I know Ben is an Orthodox Jew. Okay? I know that. Except Ben has said a shit ton of anti-Semitic things. You know what I mean? Ben has defended anti-Semitism. Ben has defended anti-Semitism for the likes of Ann Coulter, for example, and has openly said, I don't care that she's saying anti-Semitic shit because she's pro-Israel, undeniably. And that's it. That's all I care about. Like, Ben is not hiding his perspective. He does not care if someone is anti-Semitic as long as they're pro-Israel. Okay? It's very odd that people can't see through this. I like how they teamed up for this one. What awful shit do you think the other people in the folding chairs did? I don't know. They're probably just like normal people. It's crazy, man. It's actually crazy. You talking about Shapiro or Glebe? No, I'm talking about Shapiro. Elon is also wearing a kippah. I don't know what the move is there. I don't know what's happening there, but you know. He has also been accused of fueling the anti-Semitic conspiracy theory on X. Bro, this guy literally said, dude, it's so funny. Dude. No, this is so funny. Every time a right-winger says some crazy shit like Jews are doing the great replacement, which is what Elon Musk boosted, right? Remember? Like a couple months ago, he straight up was like, yeah, Jews are doing unlimited immigration in the Western world, and now all those immigrants fucking hate the Jews. Like, guess what? Sucks to suck. I'm like, that's what the Nazis unironically said and kept saying after World War II. Like, you're just directly, it's like Sig Heiling at that point. I know that like liberals love hyper focusing on the aesthetics, but like that's a crazy thing to come back from, to just be like, yeah, that's right. I just went to the Auschwitz, so I'm good now. Like, I went to Israel. I said, go ahead, guys, keep pounding Gaza. Shit's fire. It's like, what are we doing? What's going on? This is the memory of one of the most significant crimes of the 20th century, like mechanized murder, and you're just sitting there and you're using that to just be like, nah, dude, I love Jews actually, even though they do a lot of the unlimited immigration in the Western world, which I hate. Come on, Jews, don't do that. But also, I don't hate you guys. Okay, sick, man. Cool. I guess that's fine. It's like when Marjorie Taylor Greene had to go to a Holocaust memorial and then write a fucking write an essay on why the Holocaust was bad. You know? Like after posting on Facebook that like Jewish space lasers were responsible for California wildfires. That's sick. Did Elon write a book report too?
Ben, please.
Of course, Ben is like helping Elon revise his like there is not an anti-Semite that's pro-Israel, by the way, of course. That's the qualifier. That Ben Shapiro will not hug and kiss, okay? As long as you are pro-Israel, Ben will 100% will whitewash you, will try to improve your reputation. There is not a guy who cares less about anti-Semitism than Ben Shapiro, okay? Straight up. And now this is also pretty funny because like all the people that will look to my criticism of this and go, oh yeah, Hasan, remember when you platformed a 19-year-old Yemeni dude who I suspect is doing child slavery, systematic rape, and also specifically hates Jews? No, I didn't watch the interview. I don't care what he had to say. I just made up my mind. So he must be all of those things. And I think you're, what you did was really fucked up. You are so much worse than Elon Musk. It's awesome. Because like, couple things in that circumstance. Okay, couple things in that situation. Some to remember here. Okay, that dude's life experiences are a little bit different, I think, than motherfucking Elon Musk. You feel me? Like, does not excuse anti-Semitism if he is. Okay. But the notion that like that person having anti-Semitic tendencies and like Elon Musk as the, richest billionaire on the planet who commands an entire platform of mass communication, openly allowing Nazis to thrive on the platform. I mean, come on. If you're a Jew in the Western world, think about who's impacting your life in, genuine ways. How is that actually going to destroy your life? Allowing and encouraging Nazis to thrive on Twitter and to gain more prominence, get more clout, grow their movement, or the hypothetical 19-year-old who might actually be anti-Semitic, even though he said personally, when I asked him directly, that he has no issue with anyone as long as they are pro-Palestine. I've never read Twitter, so I was shocked about all the transphobic comments I read in the reply to an Elon Musk tweet. Oh, yeah. Shit's popping out there. Yeah, but they don't believe him, LMFAO. I hate it here. And then the European Jewish Association, the Jewish Voice of Europe, got together and conducted a live stream where Ben Shapiro interviewed Elon Musk.
And dear friend, dear president.
These guys this is ridiculous, dude. It's like, oh, it's so crazy. Now, of course, I'm not going to watch this whole thing.
It's good to have the memorial, as the plaque says, so that it never happens again.
But it's also like, I mean, like I said, it's gross because it's gross for two reasons. One, this is a way to launder It's a way to launder Elon Musk's reputation and whitewash his reputation. It's like doing PR by partnering with a Jewish organization that's like, oh no, please, sir, come through. We'll make it so that nobody thinks you're anti-Semitic. Here's an association with the Holocaust too, and how bad the Holocaust was, and now, which is fucking real and very bad, and we're gonna use that historic atrocity to turn around and launder your reputation. That's number one. That's fucked up. Number two, the notion that this is like a never again, like invoking never again in this circumstance, is also additionally gross because it is happening again. Okay? It's happening again, and Israel has used the never again rhetoric at the International Court of Justice specifically to describe why they should be allowed to do it again, this time to someone else. You do not have like a one free let's do genocide card. Like, it doesn't work that way. Okay? It's crazy. Yeah. These motherfuckers mean never again to Jews, not never again to anyone. That's what's so fucked up about this. They will excuse a Holocaust and non-Jews in the supposed name of defending Jews from a Holocaust that's not happening. Yeah, I know. It's just like, you can't, your defense for a potential hypothetical future Holocaust, okay, cannot be to do a genocide in reverse to a population that you have occupied for 75 years that, first of all, does not have the power to do that regardless, okay? And definitely doesn't have the tenacity either. Like, thoughts on the millions of Germans protesting fascism right now after the AfD party was exposed for plotting to expel 2 million ethnics to Africa? Bro, Germany is such a weird place. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I know I got some German chatters in here. I feel like Germany is completely insane. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it feels like neoliberal fascism is at the Germany's at the tip of the spear on neoliberal fascism. I feel like they're writing the agenda, right? Because all things considered, Germany has a massive Muslim migrant population, right? Germany has a massive migrant population after World War II. They needed to, beef up industry, and they brought in Turkish migrant workers. Obviously, Western Germany specifically was not denazified. Like, it was not. It was, as a matter of fact, re-Nazified, specifically by the United States of America and Western powers, because they had a much larger goal at hand, the goal of the eradication of communism, right? A specter is haunting Europe. We must defeat communism. That's the real evil here. And who are the greatest commie killers? Well, the Nazis that we didn't kill. You know, they got a lot of combat experience. And my point is, I think, like, Germany is very strange on that front because, like, one, they have one of the higher Muslim refugee populations in Europe, okay? they have a higher Muslim population than other countries in Europe as far as like, the Turkish diaspora that lives in Germany. Okay. And what I find really, really, really strange about this is that in spite of all of that, they have a growing momentum of obviously the AfD and parties such as that are openly fascist. But Turks are more secular Muslims. No, not the Turkish Germans. I think German Turks are becoming increasingly more disillusioned and increasingly more segregated on economic boundaries, and it's causing, I feel like, a lot of German Turks to become more and more reactionary, more and more right wing, and it literally turns into, you know what it is? German Turks, for some weird reason, turn into like the the fundamentalist like Muslims in the UK. Not every Muslim is like that, obviously, in the UK, but some of them go so aggro. They're like way more reactionary than like fucking the Muslim populations and their attitudes towards like towards Islam in the respective host nations, right? Like their nations of origin. This is something I've criticized quite a bit. I've talked about this quite a bit as far as like German Turks, like Turks in diaspora and how fucking pro Erdogan they are, for example. It's like really annoying. Something that Turks back home fucking hate, right? They do not like that at all. And I don't know. I just like, it's very odd. Also, no immigrants are voting AfD. No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. There's like different kinds of movements growing in a lot of these places. I don't think Turks are voting AfD. Right? I'm just specifically talking about. I was specifically talking about like Muslim diaspora populations and how like aggro they get sometimes. And I think it's because I think it stems from like the racism that they experience and the economic hardships that they experience and the class dynamic that exists there that is racialized, of course, just like in America. The class dynamic is racialized heavily between black and brown populations and the white population. And I feel as though that is part of the reason why people identify with more reactionary attitudes. And they get defensive. They posture defensively. And I'm a firm believer in integration. For all of America's faults and failures, like they do a relatively decent job. This country's done a relatively decent job in immigration. It can do significantly more, of course, but there is very real integration in the United States of America, especially by the third generation. Instead of creating economic enclaves that also then feed back into that same cycle of just like despising the rest of the population and the rest of the population despising them, because that's where it's born out of usually. I think that I think that it's just like becoming a dangerous prospect. Having said that, there are no real options. There are no real leftist options. There are no real actual progressive communist socialist alternatives. Okay? Especially in a place like Germany. I mean, you've seen the German anti-fascist movement. They were like breaking down the doors of a bakery for hosting like a talk for Palestinians and dumping like pig fat. That's what their anti-fascists are doing. And I just feel like, I mean, I don't want to make jokes, but I do feel like the Some of these German fascists, anti-fascists have one speed. They don't know how to do anti-fascism. Perhaps that's what happens when you wipe out the partisans and all the Jewish socialists and trade unionists in your fucking country during the Holocaust. And then you don't have like a real institutional leftist momentum there. And the dudes that think that they're doing like leftist progressive momentum are just being insanely racist.